Journalists are the watchdogs for the public. Were it not for us, there would be no entities that held public officials accountable to the public interest. And that's the role that we play, is making sure that those individuals who are elected by the people or appointed by elected officials are doing right by the electorate, by taxpayers.
I think one of the ways journalism can be public service is the old saying, afflict the comfortable and comfort the afflicted, is really something that journalists can do. I mean, they can get answers to people's questions, they can explain, they can really help peel back the layers of confusion in the government.
If not for us, then who's going to tell people when a politician is telling the truth and when a politician isn't? And I think, I don't know that that's our foremost job, but we are at least kind of keeping people informed of what's happening in the world.
Journalism is public service in its best form, because it's in an age when there is so much out there and people read so much that is only partially true or half true. Journalism in its truest form aims to rectify that. And I know that because when I go out on the campaign trail and you ask voters questions and you hear what comes out of their mouths and is completely inaccurate, you wonder, where did they read that? That's why journalism is still important.
That's what Thomas Jefferson once said. He had the truth between democracy and newspapers. Newspapers are something close to that. Thomas Jefferson appreciated newspapers even though he was filleted in them all the time.
Real journalism, if it's public service journalism, can be explaining things, investigating things, everything from following your tax dollars at work, to holding governments accountable. I mean, in the history of the press, you can look at, like the New York Times, a prime example, the wiretapping scandal, the Pentagon Papers, the Fourth Estate.
If you don't know what's happening in your community, then you probably don't have a very good sense of where you want it to go or where things have come from.
It's important to have a robust, free press in any democracy, because otherwise there's nobody that's ever going to question those who are in charge. And if you don't have that kind of challenging of authority, or at least questioning of authority, then it's harder for the people to have a voice.
But it is all linked together, and I think that it is a way in the end to keep everyone honest.